We are looking at slope. The slope is a lot of people have, is the rise over the run. And when you're on a graph, the rise is how much is often here. That is the change in the y values from this y value to this y value here. So the rise is the change in the y. And if we're looking for change in math, we're looking for the difference. What is the difference between this y value and this y value? Which this one here is 5 and this one is 3. So we're going to take our y2 minus the y1, because when we're trying to find a change or a difference, we subtract to find how much it's changed. And then the run, so this is your rise here. The run is from here to here, and that is going to represent the change in your x values. So your run is the change in your x values. How far has it changed from here to here on the x-axis? So to find the change in the x, we go x2 minus x1. This is our slope formula. A lot of times you have it equaling m, because we use slope to represent m. Don't know why that is, but there it is. And notice I built a little triangle here. A lot of people call it the slope triangle. It is a right triangle. And you can see the rise and the run. So with this one, we have a rise of, and I could I not, would you agree, have built my slope triangle over here, from here to here, and then from here to here. Identical triangles. So I like to think about rise first, since the rise is on the top. So for this one, it's going up 1, 2. So it has a rise of 2. Notice 5 minus 3, that's 2. So a rise of 2. Now what's our run? How far does it go over? 1, 2, 3. So we can count that, or we can look at our x values. X was 3 and 0. 3 minus 0 makes 3. So the slope of this line right here has a rise of 2 and a run of 3. Here's our rise and our run. So the slope, m, equals 2/3. I like to think about it as representing the change. So if we look here, we go up 2 over 3, we get to our next point. So it's telling you how the line is changing. If we look at this graph here, I always move from left to right. Notice from left to right, this one is not rising. It's falling. It's going down. 1, 2, 3. So that's a negative. If it's going down, it's going, and then over 1. So this has a slope of -3. Down 3 over 1. I like to move from left to right. If it's rising, it's positive, and if it's falling, it's negative, because it's a negative rise. We can use graphs to find slope, or we can get the slope based on points. So if you were given 2 points, 8 and 4, and -12, 3, and you were asked to find the slope, and you weren't given the graph. Well, first off, I like to label my points. So I'm going to label this point my x1, y1. It's my first x, my first y. And then since this is my second x, I'm going to call it x2. And my second y, I'm going to call it y2. Now we're going to fill it into the equation. I like to write the equation out. It helps you learn the equation. It also organizes your thoughts and keeps things straight. So y2 is 3. y1 is 4. So we're subtracting the 4. x2 is -12. Now be careful with the negatives. We're going to subtract -8. When you subtract a negative, you're taking a negative away. It's a positive effect. Subtracting a negative is addition. 3 minus 4 is -1. -12 plus 8 is -4. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So it's positive 1/4 is the slope. So the rise